Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing something that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. You guys know how much I love concerts. It's pretty much my favorite thing to do in the entire world. And along with all the shows I've been to comes some really cool memories and moments. So for today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my top 5 most memorable concert moments. Starting at number 5, this isn't necessarily one of my most favorite moments, but it's definitely one of the craziest. So as you guys know, I'm a pretty huge fan of A Day to Remember. I've seen them live like 4 or 5 times, I don't even know, but the last time I saw them was actually on the Parks and Devastation tour in 2014. It was with Bring the Horizon, Motionless in White, and Chiodos. This was probably the craziest, most dangerous show I've been to. So the pit was pretty wild the entire show, even with the opening bands. But obviously it got worse and worse with each band, obviously because the bands get bigger, there's more people that want to go crazy, and I was right in the middle of all this. And I don't want to sound like a little baby girl that can't handle that crap because I've experienced it before. But I'm just not into the whole moshing thing, crowd killing thing. I don't do that. I just want to watch the show. I don't need to be punched in the face or elbowed in the nose or, whatever it may be. But anyways, Bring the Horizon's pit was absolutely insane. There was, I think, 2 circle pits, right where we were. I was pretty much on the edge of one. That's when it pretty much started to get really dangerous. I saw people fall on their heads, and this one dude was just unconscious and bleeding on the ground. Fuck no. And so I wasn't really worried though, because I just was so hyped for A Day to Remember to come on. And once they did come on, it got even worse pretty much. But there was an overwhelmingly huge amount of crowd surfers right where I was, because like I said, we were kind of near the front, and this progressed pretty quickly. I was looking around, trying to hold people up, watching for more people coming just so they wouldn't fall on me. So I was trying to hold people up the best I could, whenever they'd come my way. But at one moment in A Day to Remember set, I couldn't tell you what song it was. It was kind of towards the beginning of their set, almost the middle of their set, I'm not really sure. This was one of the points where I just wasn't really paying attention to crowd surfers or anything. I was just watching the show. And then of course, out of nowhere, I am just slammed on my head by a giant body, and I don't know where they came from, but they just ended up on top of me, and somehow I didn't collapse to the ground because this dude had to be almost 200 pounds, I guarantee you. Obviously other people were near me trying to hold him up as well. He just totally fell on top of me, and I remember being stuck with his whole all his weight was on top of me, on my neck, the back of my neck, and I was stuck down like that, and I started freaking out because it just came out of nowhere. And when you're hit like that with that much force and you don't expect it, it's just so much worse. It's not like I saw it coming. I could mentally prepare. I mean, not that I would end up any better, but he just came out of nowhere, fucking hit me. It hurt really fucking bad. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. It made me cry instantly. Maybe I am a baby girl, but whenever you get hit with something, just it knocks the wind out of you. Sometimes it just makes you tear up. So that was kind of what happened to me, and I thought I was gonna have to go to the first aid because it really hurt. And for a week after that, it hurt so bad on the top of my spine, where my neck is. But yeah, so that was the only injury I've ever gotten at a show, and I remember after that day my legs hurt so bad. That was one of the most intense shows I ever went to, but it's definitely very memorable, and I'll never forget that. So always beware of giant crowd surfers at metal shows. So on to number 4, we have a moment that actually happened before a show. So last May, I went to the Future Hearts tour with my friends Maddie and Aaron. So we'd met the guys right before the show. It was just a signing. We didn't actually get to hug them or really talk to them in depth, but we did go through the signing table, all that kind of stuff. But right after that, the venue actually let us in early before all the general people, which was kind of nice, a very big benefit of being VIP. So we could get our spots in the pit because it was all general admission outdoors. And as we were going in, we were about to buy merch and stuff because obviously there's no line, there's no one here, let's buy it now so we don't have to do it later when there's a big giant crowd. So we're looking at the merch for a split second, and we turn to the stage and there's people running to it, but I just thought, whatever, everyone does that because I want to get to the front row, and we do a double take, and fucking Alex and Ryan are just standing there on the stage talking. They had just come out. I don't know if they were doing sound check before or whatever. Instantly, we're all jaws to the floor, fuck the merch, and we just sprint over to the front of the stage. Alex and Ryan actually did a little bit of a Q&A with the first couple of people that were there. So they were just taking random questions from us, and this was so cool. I actually filmed the whole thing. I don't know if it's on this channel or my old channel, but I'll put a link in the description. But we just kind of got to ask them questions, and it was just very intimate, like one-on-one, you know, because it wasn't like the whole venue, obviously. And my friend actually asked Alex what his favorite Beatles song was.
Favorite Beatles song?
Favorite Beatles song? When I'm 64.
So that was like really cool because we always ask like band members that question because it's very important. I was so proud of her for asking that, like, because we were both so nervous when we were doing the signing. We didn't really say much. It's hard to get things out when you're like under pressure, but this just came out of nowhere and we had all this adrenaline, and she just like got the courage to ask him a question, and it was just so exciting. It was just awesome because we didn't like pay for that part of it, you know, we just got into the venue and they happened to be on the stage just chilling and like talking to us like casually. And I don't know, it just makes me remember how awesome All Time Low are. They're very personable. They don't try to be like too above their fans. They actually care about us, you know, they're willing to interact with their fans. And I think that's really, really important. And it's definitely something I'll never forget. Number 3 actually happened in 2014 on the Quiet is Violent tour with 21 Pilots. This is the last time I saw them, so it's been over a year since I've actually seen them in concert. Can't wait till June 1st though. This was probably one of my favorite concerts of all time because it was my second 21 Pilots show, and this was like obviously before Blurryface or any of that, so they were still sort of like a little bit unknown. Like they had their fan base, but I don't think like it sold out or anything. Like there wasn't a huge line outside. It was just like a different experience. But anyways, on to the moment I want to talk about. So this was during the Run and Go. They probably won't ever play that song live again, so I feel very fortunate to hear that song along with a lot of others that they used to play. So they played this song, I think it was towards the end of their set, I'm pretty sure. And Tyler had told us to all like get on somebody's shoulders for this song. And I was with my friend, but I didn't want to get on her shoulders because it's like weird. But this girl in front of me was like, do you want to get on my shoulders? And I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm just realizing now that it's pretty odd that I said it would be weird to sit on my friend's shoulders, but I have no problem doing that to a stranger, so nice one, Hannah. It was just amazing because I could really not see too well this entire show because I'm so short. There was a ton of tall people in front of me, but when I got on her shoulders I could actually see the whole stage, and it was just like such a surreal moment being able to see that well. And I was like so close to the front too. It was just, it was so special to me. Like, I know it sounds dumb, it's like not a big moment to you guys, but when I think back about that and see myself, you know, at the one place where I just feel so comfortable, you can just tell, like, I was so happy. It really made me so happy. Like, that's just me in my place. Like, that is my place. Those are my people, my band. Like, it was just such a great experience. For number 2, we gotta go way back to 2009 when Baby Hannah was at her very first concert. This actually wasn't my first concert, but my first like general admission rock concert that I really wanted to go to. It was Blink-182, Fall Out Boy, and Panic at the Disco. I was with my cousin and her friend and my cousin's mom, so my aunt. So this was towards the end of Blink's set, I think. We were on the lawn, so it was like a really huge venue, you know, where there's like a pavilion and then just a big lawn where people stand and sit or whatever, bring blankets, all that kind of junk. So towards the end of their set, we decided to sit down because our legs were super tired. You know, it's been a long day. It's almost the end of their set. We're just kind of chilling, just sat down in the lawn. I remember making the decision to put my legs like flat, you know, out in front of me, just like sitting like that. I remember making that decision, and I probably shouldn't have made that decision because I pretty much caused the event that happened next. So I put my legs out, I'm just like relaxing, lounging. My aunt's sitting next to me, she's just chilling with me. Out of nowhere, this naked guy, I kid you not, streaker, no clothes at all, nothing, he's bald, he's just nothing. He's running, like, through the crowd, trips over my legs that I decided to put out, like, 2 minutes before, and falls directly on top of my poor aunt. I'm not even joking, this came out of nowhere, and I was just kind of like, what the actual fuck just happened? He fell on top of her, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, don't even say sorry. Like, what the fuck? Like, how can you even apologize? Like, you're naked and you're sweaty and you're fucking gross and you're on top of a woman. Like, get the fuck out of here. So he like ran away. And my aunt was so pissed. Like, it was, but I could not help but like burst out laughing because like, what the fuck? Only at a Blink show. Like, It was so funny, but I felt really bad because when he fell on top of her, she like fell to the ground and like hit her head on the lawn, you know, on the grass. Like, it was like hard, obviously. So she was like complaining that she got hurt and she was like pissed. But me and my cousin and her friend, we were just could not stop cracking up because like that's a fucking funny thing to happen just out of nowhere. And of course it was like my first concert experience, and that just made it so much better. It was so freaking funny. I will never forget that. Who can say that's happened to them? Like, that's just insane. I'm fucking thankful he did not fall on top of me. Like, I was like 13 at the time, so that would have been like illegal or something because he's like fucking naked. Thank the Lord I didn't see anything. I wasn't really looking for anything because it just, like I said, it came out of nowhere. I couldn't even like process what had happened by the time he was running away. That was a pretty interesting experience. Okay guys, what could possibly be my number one? This actually happened this past summer in July at the Boys of Summer tour. Obviously it was Fall Out Boy and Wiz Khalifa. I actually had pit tickets, so this was at the same venue that I just spoke about with the Blink-182 show. Same venue. Obviously I wasn't in the lawn. I was all the way down right in the front of the stage in the pit. Very, very fortunate. That was probably like the closest I'll ever be to Fall Out Boy besides when I met them. And so we were pretty close to the front. I don't even know how many people were in front of me. Like, I wasn't right in the front, but I could see super well. Me and the guys, you know, we could make eye contact, so whatever you guys think like that close is. So it was pretty damn close. But let me get to this moment. Obviously at the end of their set, they close with Saturday. So I was hyped. I was like, maybe Pete will come down like right next to me. I didn't think it was actually gonna happen. But when Pete came out into the crowd, I pretty much died. First of all, everyone crowded up, like ran up as far as they could to kind of smush around him. He was like 2 people in front of me and I was like, I need to grab his hand. And it happened. Oh my god, it makes me want to cry, honestly. Holy shit, like it happened so fast. Like, he kept like singing to like everyone but my side pretty much. He switched the microphone into his other hand and then he like went to grab more people's hands, including mine. And I remember, I think I like held on to like this part of his hand. It was like for maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, but I like did not want to let go. But I just remember feeling his hand. I literally, like, oh my god, it was insane. Like, all I could do was scream. Like, I probably looked so horrifying. But dude, I grabbed his hand and I literally died. Because I've always wanted to be one of those people where he comes down during Saturday and like grabs their hands and sings to you. I didn't think that would ever happen to me, but it happened at Boys of Summer, and that's why it's one of my favorite concert experiences. And I'm so glad I filmed it because I can like really relive that moment, and it just takes me back. And actually, their photographer for that tour had taken a photo of him while he was like in the crowd singing to us, and I'm in it. Like, you can see my hand and my phone and like the top of my head. You could see how short I actually am. So that's definitely my number one most amazing concert moment. I literally died. Like, it all happened so quickly, but it was just amazing. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about some of these awesome memories that I've experienced at concerts. I'm definitely going to be doing a part 2 in the future, maybe even a part 3, because I have a lot of other stories like that, and as I go to more shows in the next coming months, I'm sure I'll have even more that I can talk about. If any of you guys have experienced anything crazy or funny at a concert, why don't you leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to read those. Also, I want to tell you guys that I actually just launched a Facebook page, like a fan page for my YouTube channel. I don't know if any of you guys actually use Facebook anymore because I don't really use it too much, but I just figured I'd make it anyway because some of my YouTuber friends have their own pages for their channels. So I was like, what the hell, just make it. If you guys have Facebook, please don't add me. Like, don't add me, like the actual person, because I'm just gonna deny it unless I really know you. You know, I like to keep some things private. But that's pretty much why I made the Facebook page. Obviously, I'm going to be posting to Twitter and Tumblr more regularly, just like my thoughts and stuff. But if you want to keep up to date with any of my videos, just any announcements and things like that, like my Facebook page. Also, thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers. Like, holy crap, I'm only 2K away from 10,000, which has pretty much been my overall goal since I started this channel. And I do appreciate every single one of you for everything you do, all the lovely comments. It just makes my day. Thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. So with that said, that's going to be it for me today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.